Hey there YouTubers, another unboxing video. So, this is a used motherboard, and it is an AMD B550M, so it's going to be micro ATX. And you know, I don't do a lot of AMD on the channel. But I did buy another CPU, so we will unveil that soon. That'll actually be new, where this is a used motherboard. Get that out of the way. So, MSI B550M PRO-VDH Wi-Fi. This is interesting. You know, the name of this, if you get rid of the Wi-Fi, when I usually see something like this, I think, oh, it's going to be a really cheap motherboard. This does have Wi-Fi though, so that is a good thing. PCIe 4.0 ready, graphics and NVMe only. And on here it probably says compatible. Let's get the light going here. With 3000 series. 34, not compatible with AMD Ryzen 3400G or 3200G. Wow. Interesting, folks. Didn't know that. So I wonder if this won't have HDMI and it won't have DisplayPort. We will find out. 3rd gen AMD. So I'm assuming with a BIOS update, folks, that we'll get some other CPUs in here, but we may have made a mistake with the CPU that I planned to put in this. We shall see. So there's a motherboard. Wow, not a whole lot in here. Driver disk, it's virtually worthless. Especially when you don't have DVD or CD-ROM on your computer, right? Which most of my computers do not have. So I will get all the drivers off of the internet. Just check and see if there's underneath. Alright, flipping this over. So this does have the ability to support video. So we'll see which graphics cards, or not graphics, but which CPUs that this is compatible with. Alright, so obviously your Ryzen CPU is going to go here. We will have to do some research to find out what CPUs and which BIOSes go with those. Now, if you know the channel, folks, you know that I will not only do this unboxing, but we will do a BIOS overview. We'll install a CPU. We will do a BIOS update, all right? Usually you get at least 4 videos per motherboard out of me. And hell, we may even compare this to another motherboard. One that is similar, all right? Not my X570 here, okay? We wouldn't compare that, but another, maybe a 520M or another 550M. We've got both. All right, so your CPU goes here. Of course, later when we install this, you know, we'll pull this back, line up our CPU properly in the installation, and then crank that back down. See the holes here for, had I have bought this new, you would have got the mounting plate and all that crap, right? But we didn't get that. All right, 4 spots for RAM, and on this motherboard, you actually have to pop both those back, okay? So when you put your RAM in, you want to hear a double click, all right? We have over here CPU fan header. This is possibly another either a case fan header or optional CPU up here on the very top upright. Another case fan header here. 24 pin power. This is coming from the PSU to power the motherboard. Another fan header. Type C Charlie connector. Let me You guys might not have saw that. Here's a case fan header, additional one, Type C Charlie header. All right. Now we get over here. Let me lift this up a second. 4 SATA, and this is going to come from your case as well for USB 3.0. Interesting, folks. LED switch on here. Was not expecting that. Here are your front panel connectors. Of course, if you have, you will have a power switch, power LED, hard drive, reset switch. That's where you'll make those connections. USB 2.0, another USB 2.0, another fan header, okay, and HD audio down here. So if I'm skipping over it, folks, it's not something you're most likely going to use, and or yours truly is not going to use it. Maybe that's why I'm skipping over it. Here are one of your two M.2s. You have one with a heatsink, and then this one that's exposed. It doesn't look like they included the little M.2 for me. PCIe 4.0 by 16 here, and two PCIe, it should be 3.0 by 1.0, but you never know. Here is your Cmos battery. Of course, if you need to reboot your reset your BIOS, you can do that there. Upper right here, well, actually it's not upper right, was the upper left from the original orientation. 1x8 CPU power connector. Okay, this is coming from your PSU. That will power your CPU. And this is, you know, only 1x8, right? So if we had a Ryzen 9 3900X, you might want to go with a better motherboard. But so we have the usually these guys are for doing a BIOS update via USB, VGA, DisplayPort, HDMI, USB 3.0, probably 3.2, Gen, these might be just Gen 1s. So you have two of those there, two there, USB 2.0, PS2 style connector, Ethernet, your Wi-Fi, then we have line out, headphone, microphone. So there you go, folks. There is this motherboard. I believe I paid $45 for this, so hopefully it'll work. It's a pretty good price. I'm going to put it back in the box. We have a plethora of motherboards that we have not put in a CPU into them, so we're a little backlogged. Thanks for checking out the video. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you.